Thank you for clicking on my video. I'm Casey Carlson. I'm a board-certified physician assistant in orthopedic surgery, and I currently work at Northwest Integrated Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. I did my undergraduate degree at Eastern Washington University when I played volleyball there, and then I went on to do physician assistant studies at Oregon Health Sciences University in Portland, Oregon. I've been a physician assistant for 11 years now, always in orthopedics, so then I had the opportunity to get my certificate of added qualification in orthopedic surgery just last year. I became an orthopedic physician assistant because I was training at Eastern Washington University actually to go off to med school, but while there, my junior year, I broke my foot playing volleyball, and I was treated by an orthopedic physician assistant. I didn't know much about the profession at that time, but he took me under his wing. I got to shadow him my whole junior and senior year, ended up loving the profession, and then after my undergraduate degree, headed off that direction to become a physician assistant, and I have loved it ever since. My most memorable time with a patient happened recently. I was treating a volleyball player who unfortunately came to see me for an injury she sustained to her knee about a week ago. We worked her up, got an MRI, and then the day I was gonna tell her that unfortunately she had torn her ACL and her meniscus, her parents had flown in from England to surprise her to come to one of her games. So unfortunately, I got to tell both her and her parents that she'd be out for the season. But the amazing thing and what made it so wonderful is that Dr. Doing and myself were able to do her surgery. It went very well. She recovered. She did a lot of rehab, PT, and then the next season, this time they told her that they were coming in, but her parents came in from England and she played in the game that night and had just an amazing game, and it was so wonderful to see her go from kind of the lowest of lows with that big injury to the highest of highs and playing one of her best games in front of her parents in college. One of my proudest professional achievements, I think, would be obtaining that certificate of added qualification. I really enjoy being in orthopedics, and I wanted to make sure that it was known that I've put a lot of time and effort into studying it, keeping up my education, making sure everything new and relevant I'm aware of, and a lot of research articles, and that we're doing always the best of the best for patients. So being able to study for that and put in all the years of hard work and then just have that. So my greatest personal achievement was I personally had to overcome an illness. It's known as Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is an autoimmune disease where your own body's immune system attacks your nervous system. And unfortunately, therefore, it pretty much inactivates your ability to move. And so I was paralyzed from the neck down for 3.5 months. And with the help of so many, physicians, as well as my wonderful friends and family, I was able to slowly recover, and then I had to certainly learn how to walk again, write again, type again, all those basics that you feel like are so easy. I had to start from the beginning and learn how to do all those over again, and I knew that orthopedic surgery was my passion, and so I did everything in my power to make sure I could get back to that. I did hours on end of occupational therapy, physical therapy, worked with a rehab specialist, and after that I was able to completely come back 100% with no problems, and I have been able to continue in my passion, and it's amazing. Integrated sports medicine means to me really caring for the whole patient and caring for everything that they may be struggling with. They may come to us for a knee injury, but if I also see that maybe they're having some trouble with nutrition, or they can't find a primary care doctor, I'm going to make sure that I have the opportunity to get them to any specialty they need for any other ailment, as well as making sure that when they're here, I get them everything they need for that knee, from if we need to send them to get an MRI, need to get them to physical therapy. Everything is really taken care of as a whole. I chose to work at Northwest Specialty Hospital because from my very first moment of stepping onto this campus, it truly is patient first. Everyone is here to make sure the patient has a great outcome, and then they care about not only the patient but the patient's family, and that everybody feels very cared for from the moment they start their treatment here to the end of it. And not only is everybody very patient driven, but then everybody's just super nice to each other, and it creates such a wonderful working environment. Everybody really has the patient at their top priority. And then I feel super lucky because as a physician assistant, you work very closely with your supervising physician, and working with Dr. Dewing is amazing. He's not only a very skilled surgeon whose patients have very great outcomes, but he's a wonderful person to work with and fun, and definitely always is thinking about the patient first.